Hello, welcome! In this video, we're going to talk about a spoiler for this BL Love Alert series. So with that said, let's begin. Jimmy hadn't acknowledged his sadness at all. If he wanted to leave, let him go. Whatever he wanted. T.O. couldn't say if he was angry with Jimmy, but every time he thought about it, he felt a tightness in his heart, pretending he didn't care, dedicating every second to working or doing something to keep himself busy. And after seeing the injuries on T.O.'s face from his fight with Jimmy, T.O. immediately gave him an ultimatum. Don't mess with Jimmy anymore, T.O. T.O. was determined not to bother Jimmy anymore. He wasn't one to fight. Picking fights wasn't in his nature. When someone hurt him, he always chose to retreat. Lick his wounds in silence, letting time fade the events, and little by little the situation would improve. T.O. left the cloth bag on a chair. He walked over to turn on the house lights to illuminate the house before opening the refrigerator to get some water. T.E. had told him he might be back late tonight, or not at all. He was going out for drinks with friends. T.O. felt nothing when he found the house empty. He was quite used to being alone. Although he seemed kind and quiet, he had always taken good care of himself. He also liked taking care of others, which was probably due to his habit of looking after T.E. The slender figure sat down in a chair next to where he had left his bag. He drank water from a glass, twisting his neck from side to side with stiffness. The house was silent. T.O. crossed his legs, staring straight ahead but without focusing on anything. He thought of Jimmy involuntarily, but it was just an involuntary thought. He saw images of them kissing, Jimmy's gaze, the gentle caress. That wasn't true love. T.O. shook his head. Enough. Don't fool yourself into thinking Jimmy did those things because he loved him. There are all kinds of people. Even if they went to see butterflies, that didn't mean anything. T.O. stood up when his glass was empty. He grabbed his bag, preparing to go upstairs. As he went upstairs, his phone rang. T.O. checked it, thinking he might be called about his urgent matter. T.O. knew he'd stayed up late, at least until 2 or 3 in the morning. However, the name on the screen wasn't T.E.'s. It was someone he didn't want to talk to at that hour. Jimmy. T.O. quietly opened and closed his bedroom door. He turned on his desk lamp instead of the room light and sat down in his favorite armchair. The video call was still active. T.O. exhaled, watching until the call disconnected on its own. And yes, Jimmy called again. T.O. tilted his head slightly, blinking rapidly to protect himself. He let out a long sigh. When he sat up again, he picked up his phone and pressed to answer. Jimmy's face wasn't on the screen, but San's was, playing with a new toy he'd bought. Jimmy had just given San a new cat toy. That was the greeting, starting with the cat. San's tenderness eased the sharp pain in T.O.'s heart. He leaned forward to get a closer look at the chubby cat. Jimmy held the camera in one hand and the cat toy in the other, moving it from side to side as he played. Does San like it? Yes, he likes it a lot. You haven't fallen asleep yet, that's why you're wearing that. T.O. leaned back on the cushion, unable to force a smile. His expression showed exhaustion. The tiredness from work was part of it, but the mental exhaustion seemed to be taking a bigger toll on his health. He couldn't see Jimmy, but the other person probably could see him quite clearly. Spoiler alert, leave your comments. What do you think? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.